Hello, my name is Robert with Losangelestruckbody, and I will be demonstrating the proper hitching procedure as well as the opening procedure for the Greenhouse Agency Event Cube trailer. We'll begin here with the hitch installation. You will be provided a hitch in the transport vehicle that you will insert and make sure to use the provided pin to hold in place. You will then position the trailer and the ball underneath one another, making sure to remove and disengage this lock when installing and removing the ball from the actual ball mounted onto the vehicle. Once that's on, you do have to make sure that this is properly latched and that the ball is all the way inserted. After that has been completed and you've verified this is properly mounted, you will take your safety chains and you will place them onto the appropriate latch points of your vehicle. Please make sure to take the chains and cross them over to prevent any sag of the chains from scraping along the ground, as well as providing additional security. You will also be provided with a steel braided cable like this. This steel braided cable has a lot of slack on it. Try to take out some of the slack, but not so much that it's tight, and insert this into or tie this onto safely. It should have a carabiner included on the vehicle, but if you do not have one, request one, so that in the event of an accident or an emergency, this will hold the installed emergency brake release on the trailer. And you will be included this hitch plug. If the vehicle that you have equipped has this 7-blade hitch plug, then insert it and make sure it's inserted firmly. There is a lock located on the top here. You'll make sure that's in and pull on it a little bit to make sure that it's not going to come out. If you do not have this hitch plug adapter, and you have a 4-pin or another type of adapter, then you can actually purchase an adapter that can convert a 4-pin to a 7-pin, and there's a couple different models. So make sure that is in. After you've got that completed, go into the vehicle, set the vehicle as blinker lights to left, right, and clearance lights, which are the headlights, and go to the back of the trailer and verify that that is correctly indicating. Left, right, and clearance. If you have someone with you, then have them press the brake and then verify that the brake is activating correctly. Some trailers are equipped, I don't know if this trailer is equipped, I'll double check, with reverse lamps, but in this case, let's assume that it doesn't have reverse lamps. Here, you have a handle and you have a crank-operated foot. To bring the foot down, you will just turn it right, and to raise the foot, you will turn it left. When you are going to be transporting the trailer, you will turn this until it comes up enough for you to spin it. After it's been spun enough, you can remove this pin here, and you can spin this one way or the other. Spin it back, up like this, and then insert the pin through the top or through the side. In this case, the top is a little easier, and make sure it goes through both holes all the way down. And after that's completed, you'll be ready to go ahead and move the trailer from here. Okay, now that we've gone through the proper hitching procedures, when dismounting the trailer, you'll remove all the items. You'll go ahead and make sure to remove the latch. You'll crank this crank until it gets high enough to be removed from the vehicle. After that's done, I would recommend removing the hitch from the vehicle and placing it inside. This avoids any shin hitting or anything like that, and it also avoids losing it. After that's completed, you'll raise this up. I'm not going to remove it in this case, but raise that up. You can use a level. I'll include the level aside, but any level will work, and you can place that here. When you're starting to actually open the trailer is going to be leaned back. That means the air bubble is going to be forward. Once we go into the back, we'll show you the other auto leveling legs, and then we can explain more. Now that you have been shown proper hitching procedures, we will now move on to opening the cube's walls. Starting here with the latching mechanism, either you will be supplied a lock, which will need to be removed, the key should be supplied to you, or the code will be provided to you. In this case, the included hook latch is going to be removed. You will move the secondary safety, grabbing this bar, taking it out, pulling it up, which turns both latches on each side. What I like to do is I like to turn it back down to avoid it hitting you as you pick it up, and actually use this latch as a way to open it. Moving back and making sure not to get hit as the door opens, as these gas shocks are very powerful. In this case, the gas shocks aren't pushing it all the way up, so we will have to have a small ladder and push it up. We will then move over here to the wall and remove the lock nut that has been installed and place it here. The lock nut does not need to be installed fully tight. It can just be, I'd say, tighten it maybe for about 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, if that. It just needs to prevent this door from opening while you're trying to open this door. After that's completed, this wing will open, and then you will need your ladder again to appropriately latch this piece into this piece. So this is a spring-loaded stick, and then you got this off here. So you'll bring it down and make sure the guy is secure. You will likely be provided a much larger and more appropriate ladder. I only have a little ladder right now. Moving to the rear, we will perform the same process. Removing the latch, removing the safety, removing the bar, opening it, pulling it out, pushing this down, putting that back in there, and then pulling it up. And in the same situation, if this does not open up all the way, you can use your ladder to push it up all the way, or an extendable pole. I have performed the normal opening procedures for this side of the trailer, and have found that the door will not come up all the way. In this case, the shocks likely need to be replaced. So what we will do is, in the event that this occurs on site, and we need to use the trailer, we will grab a pole or a ladder, and just pick up the door, push it over. The locks on the gas shocks themselves engage. After they are engaged, you are safe and you are fine. Verify that by actually looking at the gas shock and verifying that it is locked into place. So this one is locked, and this gas shock is actually fine, but it is not locked. So I will push it up just a tiny bit and make sure it locks into place. And I will do the same procedure here, removing the lock nut and opening the door until it locks into place. Obviously, avoid things falling. You'll remove the items as normal. Opening your sign up, whatnot. Removing the items from inside as normal. I will now show you how to adjust and engage the leveling legs. Now the trailer is completely open. We will get our extension cord, which in this case, this is the female side. The other male side is connected to the wall socket. And we will walk over to the front of the trailer. The trailer, as we can see, has a little plug. And we will make sure to install it correctly. Once it's plugged in, we will see that the lights turn on automatically inside. I will also show you here, this side and the other side where the tires are located contain little locking pins to unlock in order to access the tires in the event that you need to replace the tires. To relock it, you reach your hand underneath here, you pull the latch here, and you pull the latch here, and make sure both of the locks engage. So you might need to spin it a little bit in order to engage that lock. And you can see here in the front, this is what it should look like when fully opened and fully supported. We'll walk inside here and show you the rest. We are now inside the trailer, just below the front serving table, and we have this battery box located here, and you have the addition of 2 leveling jacks and 2 leveling jacks in front. I will be including this level, which you will place in an area where you'll be able to see it. Here on top of the battery box, you have a switch Once you activate that switch, you can see the lights on each leveling leg do turn on. There are buttons located on each jack. You have an on and off button that individually turns off each jack, and you also have an up and a down button. These plugs on top are meant for emergency use. They are to insert a special tool in the event that the jack fails. So when you are on level ground or uneven level ground, you want to press down on each jack individually until it touches the ground. It will take some time as these are electrically driven and they are 3,500 pound capacity each. As we can see, 2 leveling legs have been deployed from beneath the trailer. The other 2 leveling legs are located in the front of the trailer. One located here and one located there. After both leveling legs have been deployed, utilizing your level, place it in the center and look at it. If you'd like it to be further level one way or another, make note of the location of the bubble. As we can see, the bubble is more to the right, so we want to raise the left jack just a little more. And as we can see, as we lower the left jack more, we get a flatter position of the bubble there. We are going to walk back inside with the level and verify that we are level inside. And as we can see, we are almost perfectly level. If you'd like to go ahead and have it come this way, we'll need to use the right jack. And we'll watch as it becomes slightly more level. As we can see, we are level here in the front and here in the back. And as we move around, we can find that the trailer is completely stable. When not operating or utilizing the battery box, you are welcome to turn it off. And we can look inside real quick so we can see. Now with the cover removed, we can see what's inside this box. We have 2 12-volt batteries, 1 charging solenoid, 1 solar charger regulator, and 1 automatic battery charger. The automatic battery charger is activated when the vehicle is plugged in. When the vehicle is not plugged in, it automatically turns off. The solar charger regulator is wired to a solar panel on the roof of the trailer, which allows for the batteries to be charged during the day when the sun is out. We see here that we also have an inline fuse, which is for this light indicator on top, which we're checking right now. Once this is all looking in order, you should have this serviced every year at least. If he does give you any issues, do take it in immediately to be checked. When you are ready to go ahead and pack up for the day, this cover shouldn't usually need to be taken off, but if it does, make sure to put it back on. Make sure to turn the power back on. And then when you are raising the jacks and you need to know when to stop, the jack actually has a function where it will stop on its own. As we see, we now know that that jack has come up all the way, but nonetheless, walk outside and visually check that the jack leg has come all the way in. Now that the trailer is ready to be packed up, we will go ahead and run all the jacks up until they are completely up. And you are welcome to use 2 people, 1 and 1, including yourself, to raise the jacks all the way up. I wouldn't recommend any more than 2 people, as this could cause excessive strain on the battery. Once you come up all the way, you will see that the trailer itself will stop, and you can even actually sometimes see that the light will blink on the actual legs. Thank you for watching. I will now demonstrate the proper closing procedure for the trailer, starting with the sides and then starting with the front piece. Now that the trailer is closed, I will verify that all of the latches have the appropriate locks on them to prevent them from opening when on the road. And remember to disconnect the power plug. If you notice these lights are on, it's because the power inside has been left on. So you will need to go back inside. So I'd say open the front and get inside and flip the switch off. I've left them on for right now because we have to move it. And going back here, you'll reattach everything to the vehicle. Thank you.